I'm going to share with you a Buddhist Zen story about the power of letting go, a story about the importance of not clinging to things, including our views and opinions. A long time ago in India, there was a very famous and respected meditation master. What do you think the author is trying to convey through this story? Please write your thoughts in the comments below. And went to sit under a tree by the riverbank. The old woman also went back to her home. Many days passed, and one day the meditation master was sitting in his usual spot when the old woman came to him and said, "I have come to realize that I am still attached to many things. Will you please teach me how to let go of my attachments so that I can live a more peaceful life? I haven't even meditated properly today. I'm wasting my time here. I am already enlightened. Why do I need to practice meditation?" The meditation master smiled and said, "That's right. You have finally understood that you don't need to become something else. You already are what you want to be. You already have everything. Clinging and attachment are the root cause of all your suffering. Let go of your attachments and you will be free." May it remind us to let go of our attachments, to be kind to others, and to never lose hope. I hope you like this story. If you want to hear more Buddhist stories, click here. Thank you. Then she would lie down on the ground and roll around like a madman. She did this every day for 21 days, sometimes in the hot sun and sometimes in the rain. But she never lost hope. The meditation master looked at her for a while and then said, "All right, I will teach you, but you must promise to practice what I am about to tell you every day for at least 21 days without fail." The meditation master in this story represents Gautama Buddha himself. Just like the meditation master carried the old woman across the river without any complaints, even though it may have been uncomfortable for him. Even if we can't meditate properly, we should keep trying and never lose hope. The old woman in the story kept rolling on the ground even when she felt like giving up. And in the end, she achieved enlightenment. Whenever we help someone without any expectations, we will feel a sense of satisfaction and inner peace. In ancient times, people used to ask Buddha what the purpose of life was. To answer this question, Buddha would often use parables and stories. This story, too, is one of those. Through this story, Buddha wanted to teach people that clinging and attachment are the reasons for our suffering. When we let go of our attachments, we become free from suffering. He taught us not to cling too tightly to our views, opinions, or beliefs. Just like the meditation master did not cling to his comfort or his image of being a good person. The old woman said, "I promise." The meditation master then said, "For the next 21 days, whenever you remember that you are attached to something, you have to walk barefoot from your house to a nearby temple and back home again. And you have to do this every day." The old woman was surprised and asked why. But the meditation master just smiled and said, "You will understand the reason later. Just do as I say and you will see the results." The old woman agreed and went home. "And if you find the answer, I will be very happy." One day this master was walking along a riverbank when he saw an old lady struggling to get across. Without hesitation, he immediately rushed to help her and carried her on his back across the river. She walked barefoot, sometimes in the hot sun, sometimes in the cold, and sometimes even in the rain. But she did not complain. After 14 days of doing this, she started feeling lighter and more energetic than ever before. She realized that she was no longer attached to things like food, clothes, money, or anything else. She had truly learned the art of letting go. The old woman thanked him and said, "You are a good man." The meditation master said, "You did very well. Now I'm going to give you an even bigger challenge. I want you to come here every day for the next 21 days and stay here. You can sit under this tree and meditate. At the same time, I want you to remember that you are already enlightened." The old woman said, "But Master, I'm not enlightened. How can I pretend to be?" The meditation master said, "That is exactly what I want to teach you. For the next 21 days, whenever you feel like you are ordinary and unenlightened, you have to lie down on the ground and roll around like a madman." The old woman was confused, but she agreed to do as the master said. Not many people would bother to help an old lady like me. The meditation master simply smiled and replied, "You are right. Most people wouldn't do it because they cling too much to their own comfort. but I don't have any attachment to my comfort. Therefore, I could easily let go of it to help you." The old woman then asked him, "Then what do you have attachment to?" The meditation master replied, "I have no attachments whatsoever." The old woman did not believe him and said, "That is impossible. Everyone has some attachment or another. So tell me, what exactly do you have no attachment to?" The meditation master stayed silent for a few moments, closed his eyes, and then slowly opened them and looked at the old woman and said, "I have no attachment to you." Hearing this, the old woman became very angry. She started criticizing the meditation master, saying, "How can you say you have no attachment to me when just a moment ago you were showing great kindness towards me? If you had no attachment to yourself and your own comfort, you wouldn't have carried me across the river in the first place. You did that because you had attachment to your own goodness." The meditation master calmly listened to her and said, "What do you think?" The old woman thought for a moment and then said, "Well, what you're saying makes sense. It seems like I still have a lot to learn." The meditation master nodded his head and said, "Yes, you're right. We all have a lot to learn. I too have been practicing meditation for many years, but I still have much to learn. Now, before I continue, I want to ask you to take a moment to reflect on this story and try to figure out the main point, or the lesson behind it. Now let's continue with the story." After some more conversation, the meditation master left from the next day onwards. She started going to the temple as instructed. After completing 21 days, the old woman went back to the meditation master and told him everything she had experienced. Every day she would sit in meditation, but soon she would start feeling ordinary and think, "Oh, I'm just sitting here like everyone else." At the end of the 21 days, the old woman went to the meditation master and said, "Master, I have realized that I am always perfect and complete. Now, do you understand the main point of this story? This story also teaches us to be kind and helpful to others without expecting anything in return. Moreover, this story shows how we should not be discouraged when faced with difficulties in meditation, or when we feel like we are not making any progress. So remember, brothers and sisters, this story is a reminder for all of us